Very impressive. Very, very impressive indeed. What's the word I'm searching? Solid, that's it, solid.
Yes. Oh, good afternoon, sir. What can I do for you?
British Broadcasting Corporation.
It is, sir?
Yes, and a very imposing place you have here, if I might say so. Yes, very imposing. Very imposing indeed. It's nice to see our license money being so well spent, isn't it?
Thank you, sir.
Yes. May I also congratulate you on some of your television programs. One I saw the other night truly depicted the courage and the tenacity of the British soldier under adverse conditions.
Yes, sir. You mean the Valiant Years?
No, this was called the Army Game.
That program, sir, comes from the other channel.
Oh, does it? Well, I'm glad you mentioned it. I could not understand how 3 soldiers going on maneuvers could get mixed up with 2 cats having lunch. It was very confusing, very confusing.
Quite so, sir.
Mind you, I find the BBC a little confusing, too.
Oh, in what way, sir?
Well, the radio times, they never know where to put the crossword. Now, take last week, it was on page 59 underneath the reader's letters, whereas it used to be next to the garden sheds and the garages.
So you've come here to complain about the Radio Times?
Oh, no, far from it, a very useful publication. Let me demonstrate what I mean. Now, take 2 sheets of the Radio Times, place one on top of the other, so, then neatly fold them over, so like so. Now you tie a knot in the middle. Now, most people require 2 knots, but I can light a fire with 1. Possibly due to the fact that I was once a Boy Scout.
Do you mind telling me just why you've come here, sir?
Oh, yeah. Did you get my postcard?
Postcard?
I sent it yesterday.
Oh, dear sir. You can't expect me to remember just 1 postcard. We get hundreds every day.
Ah, but you must remember this one. Woodbridge Park Rose Gardens, taken from the clock tower in glorious colour. Now, I thought it a suitable card on which to write to you about my request for Housewife's Choice.
Oh, I see, sir. You made a request for Housewife's Choice on this postcard.
No. I made it on an airmail letter card, but I realized after I posted it, it might confuse you. You see, we haven't got an aerodrome at Woodbridge. So I sent you the postcard. I sent you the postcard to make sure you'd receive the letter card.
Now, just a minute, sir. Let's get this right.
Yes?
We've had from you an airmail letter card and a postcard.
Plus the telegram.
Telegram?
I sent it this morning. To tell you I got Auntie's birthday wrong. You see, I'm always getting her birthday mixed up with renewing the dog license.
You got Auntie's birthday wrong?
Yes, it's tomorrow, so you see, I've only just arrived in time.
Yes, I see, sir. Why have you come?
Ah, now, this is the question. Now, what is it that every tune must have?
I haven't the faintest idea, sir.
The answer, the title. Now, I forgot to put that on the letter when I wrote to you.
Oh, now I see it, sir. You came here today to make sure the title was added to your request.
Well done. You got it first time.
Right, I'll make a note of that. I'll make sure it gets to the proper department.
Thank you.
Now, this request, I believe, was for your auntie.
Yes.
May I have the name?
Worth.
Well, Mrs. or Miss?
Mr.
Oh, I see. Your name's Worth.
Yes.
No, sir. What I wanted was the name of your auntie.
Ah, Amelia Prendergast.
Prendergast.
Yes.
Now, you made a request, but you forgot to include the title of the tune.
And the message.
Message?
Ah, yes, I have it here on another postcard. May I read it to you? Here we are. Your nephew sends you all his love and says, have a nice day and go easy on the elderberry wine.
Yes, but the important thing is the title of the tune you want played.
Yes, it is.
Now, what is it?
Ah, well, listen.
Very melodic, sir.
Yes.
What's it called?
Well, I was hoping you were going to tell me.
Mr. Worth, do you mean to tell me that you don't know the title of the tune?
No, but I knew that when I got to the BBC, someone here would help me. You don't know it. Now, why don't you ring Mr. Eric Robinson? I bet he'd get it like a shot.
Eric Robinson? I can't bother Mr. Robinson about a thing like this. He goes stark, staring, raving mad.
Well, you do surprise me. You look such a charming, jovial, happy man. My auntie dotes on him, you know. She has a nickname for him. Chubby Chops.
Now, look here, sir. I can't do a thing about this till I know the title of the tune you want played.
Yes.
Now, you just go over there, sit down quietly, and concentrate.
Think. Right, I'll do that, yes. La, 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 la.
Hi there. My name's Grimes.
Grimes? Oh, yes, you're the rehearsal pianist.
That's right. I've been along to Studio 6, but the piano's locked up as usual.
Better go and get the key and unlock it for you.
No, I wish you would, please. Anybody turned up yet?
Yes, one young fellow. Pop singer's gone to have a cup of tea, I think.
Oh, well, get that key as quick as you can, please. The producer's waiting for me.
All right, I'll go and open it straight away.
Yeah. Derry, did I hear you say that you were a pianist?
Yeah, that's right.
Now, well, you might be able to help me. Now, will you listen to this?
Wait a minute. You don't want to do that here.
I don't?
No. No, you want Studio 6 down the corridor there.
Oh. That's where I do it, is it?
Yes, yes, Studio 6. You'll find Mr. Beaumont there.
Mr. Beaumont, you think he will listen to me?
Oh, yes, he'll certainly listen to you.
I see.
And he's no fool, you know. Do you know he discovered Acker-Bilk?
Did he?
Yes, Studio 6 now. You can't miss it.
Right, thank you. I say, this Acker-Bilk he discovered.
Yes?
Is it anything like uranium? Mr. Beaumont?
That's right. How do you do?
How do you do? Nice to meet you. I've just been talking to your pianist. He said you would be willing to listen to me.
Oh, yes, well, I've got the list here. What name is it?
Prendergast.
Did you say Prendergast?
Yes, I've already said Worth. I made that mistake once.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm rather confused. Is it Prendergast or Worth?
Well, have you got Prendergast down on that list?
No.
Ah, then it's Worth. You see, I wrote to you about a person called Prendergast, which is my auntie, but the person you wish to see is me.
But I haven't got Worth here either.
Oh, haven't you?
You say you wrote to us?
Oh, yes, but you see, I got the dates mixed.
Oh.
That's why I'm here today.
Ah.
The correct date's tomorrow.
Then why didn't you come tomorrow?
Well, it would have been too late.
Well, Mr. Worth, now you're here, I can spare you a few minutes.
Oh, thank you.
But as there's been some confusion, I think we should just fill in this form.
A form? Fill in the form? Is that absolutely necessary?
Why?
Well, we seem to be getting along so well.
Well, what are you going to do for me?
Well, fill in the form, I suppose.
No. I mean, say, are you going to play a musical instrument, sing, or what?
Oh, I'm going to sing, yes, sing.
Now, previous experience, have you ever sung in public before?
Well, there was the occasion of the church concert when we did Merry England.
And what role did you sing?
I was the third shepherd from the right. Mind you, I was considered for the part of the Earl of Essex, which, as you know, is a very important singing role, but I was rejected because of my legs.
Your legs?
Yes, they didn't look very good in tights. I looked rather odd around the knees, as you can imagine. Well, can you imagine it? We are the yeomen of England. At these knees.
Mr. Worth.
Yes?
This is the BBC.
Yeah. Oh, I beg your pardon.
So you're going to sing a song for me, are you?
Yes.
Not the Yeoman of England.
Oh, no, not with these knees. Oh, I beg your pardon.
What's it called?
Well, I thought you would tell me.
But surely you know the title.
No.
No. But you know the words, don't you?
No. Oh, I tell you what I could do. I could phone my auntie.
You could?
Yes. No, I couldn't. I'm telling you a lie, because if I phoned my auntie, that would be giving the game away, wouldn't it? Yes.
But don't you know the tune?
Now, there I can help you.
Oh, splendid.
Not at all. I know at least the first 3 bars. Listen.
Is this some kind of joke?
No, that's not the title. No. I'll do it again. Now, listen.
I've had enough of this.
No, that's not it either. You were nearer with, is this some kind of a joke? Now, here we go again.
We're constantly getting your sort of these auditions, people who think the whole thing's a huge joke.
No, I came here with the highest of intentions. Did you say audition?
Well, that's what you're here for, isn't it?
Oh, no. Somebody's been pulling your leg. I'll bet it's that commissioner, a practical joker if ever I saw one.
I see. Well, we'll get him in here, and then perhaps we can all have a jolly good laugh.
What a good... There's nothing like a laugh. Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart? Somebody somewhere once said, are you low? Oh, I beg your pardon.
All right, sorry to keep you waiting, sir. I'd have a cup of tea. My throat went dry on me.
Well, of course, yes.
Well, I'll start singing as soon as you want me to.
Yes, sing all you wish. Sing your heart out, but I assure you, you'll never get your request played here.
Aye.
No, take my tip. If you want to get a record played for your auntie, do what I should have done. Write to Sandy McPherson.
All right, come on, let's have you.
What?
I've heard from Mr. Beaumont all the trouble you've been causing.
Aye?
You're going out of here, and now.
I'm
Are you coming
go of me.
quietly?
No, I'm not going to...
Stop! Stop, excuse me. Carry on.
Look, this is the way you get things. Get the bit I'll write to the paper about this. I will. You'll hear more of this.
Yes, sir. I told the commissioner to see him off the premises. Unfortunately, he evicted the wrong man, and that man's threatened to tell the newspapers. Well, I'm sorry, sir. Well, yes, I agree. Well, yes, if he does get into print, we shall look very foolish indeed. Well, sir, he must still be on the premises somewhere. Yes, sir. Yes, I'll tell the commissioner to organize a search. Very good, sir. The director of programs says that man Worth has got to be found immediately.
Oh, Mr. Beaumont, this is a big building. He might be almost anywhere.
Well, they're the old man's orders. You must see they're carried out. If we don't find him soon, goodness knows what will happen.
Now tomorrow's weather. A trough of low pressure will move slowly across the British Isles, reaching the southeast by early morning. And by late afternoon, the skies should be clear with temperatures slightly above normal. Some parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland will be cloudy with occasional rain, but in the Isle of Man it will continue fine and sunny. The rest of the British Isles will have bright periods and scattered showers. Now here's a late racing result. Kempton Park, 3 o'clock. Purple Flash, 7 to 2. Electric Whiskers, 2 to 1 on, favourite. Ragbag, 3 to 1. And here are the results of the last race at Newmarket. They've just come in. Your nephew Henry sends all his love. I beg your pardon. That is the end of the news. Do you realize what you've done? What's the meaning of all this?
That is a greetings to my auntie.
Really?
Yes.
I shouldn't have read it out over the air, should I?
You certainly should not. Housewife's choice is not until tomorrow morning.
Now, look. I have been reading the news. Housewife's choice is nothing to do with me.
Your voice sounds rather familiar.
That's wholly irrelevant. That's
Ah,
nothing
yes,
to do
I
with
got
me.
it. Woodbridge Easter Fair, the boxing booth. Now, did you ever invite anyone to go 3 rounds with Battling Hardcastle?
I have never been in Woodbridge.
You've never been in. Would you say in again?
In.
Now say out.
Out.
Now put them both together.
In. Out.
Got you. Oxford and Cambridge boat race. Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Glendenning. I'm afraid I didn't recognize you because you had your mustache trimmed. Now, there's something I want to ask you about that boat race. Now, when you say in, out, who is it who keeps getting in and out of the boat? Because there must be an easier way of catching crabs.
Would you do something for me?
Yes, certainly.
Would you quite quietly stay there?
Yes.
Perfectly all right. Now, if you just stay there just a few minutes, somebody will come and talk to you. Don't worry. It'll be perfectly all right. Just stay there, would you? Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Charming man, really. Yes, hello.
Director of Programs here. John, I just heard the news.
Oh, really?
Yes. Look, what's going on down there? That was a shocking blunder, wasn't it?
Of course, it was bright periods. It's been pouring down all day in Woodbridge.
Who are you?
Ah, well, let me explain. I'm the man who brought the message for Auntie, but the man has got the program wrong.
Is your name Harry Worth?
Yes, it is.
That explains everything. Hello. Hello, get me the commissioner. Hello. Hello, Commissioner. Look, will you all get along to the newsroom immediately? That lunatic Harry Worth is there. And bring him along to my office at once, before he causes any more trouble. Thank you.
very kind of you to open the door for me. Did someone tell you that I was coming?
What?
This is the Housewife's Choice office, is it not?
It is indeed, but I'm just on my...
Ah, yes. Hat, coat, umbrella. You've just arrived, have you, for the night shift?
Night shift?
Well, I always listen to the BBC when you close down. I think there's something rather pleasant about the way the announcer says, good night, and I always say good night back. And then we have the national anthem, of course, of which I always stand to attention. Did you get my telegram?
Telegram? What telegram? Who did you address it to?
Mr. Housewife's Choice, a light program, medium wave band between Stuttgart and Radio Luxembourg on the dial London.
Yes. Now, I'll see you tomorrow morning. I shall be in about 9:30.
But that will be too late. Now, here is the message. Will you make sure it's read out when you put Auntie's record on in the morning?
Mr.
Worth.
Mr. Worth.
Yes.
Am I correct in assuming that you are interested in a request for your auntie on Housewife's Choice tomorrow morning?
Yes, quite so. Yes.
Splendid. So Patience has...
Patience, as the man said. Patience brings its own reward.
Yes. I wonder if you'd give me the name.
Well, it could have been Wordsworth. There again, it might have been Tennyson.
Your auntie's name?
Oh, Miss Amelia Prendergast.
Prendergast. Now, here's the list.
Yes.
PPP. Where are we? I'm sorry. Your auntie's name isn't on the list.
Not on the list. I don't understand.
But it's perfectly simple. It means that your auntie's request will not be played tomorrow morning.
But I wrote to you, postcard, air letter card, telegram. They've all obviously been ignored. And it was a greetings telegram.
Mr. Worth.
Yes.
Thanks to you, I have already missed the 7:05 train to Watford.
What train to Watford?
The 7:05.
The 7:05, yes.
And I suggest it might be a good idea if I while away the time until my next train by trying to explain to you some of the difficulties of running this department.
Yes, right.
Now, if I say anything at all to you, in any way confusing, please stop me.
Yes, that's very considerate of you. Thank you very much. You carry on.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, this is the BBC.
Stop.
I merely said this is the BBC. Do you find that confusing?
No, in my opinion, you got away to a very good start.
Then why'd you stop me?
Well, I never knew there was a 7:05 train to Watford. Of course, I never go there myself, but my auntie visits friends there. Now, she goes by bus, and she lives in Pond's End, but she might move to London. If she does, the 7:05 train could prove very useful indeed. Carry on.
Thank you. Now, you have...
Stop. Does this 7:05 train run on Sundays?
No.
Well, it's no good to Auntie. She never goes at that.
No. I was trying to say that you have called here expecting us to play a request for your auntie on Housewife's Choice tomorrow morning. But what would you say if I told you that we had over 750 requests of a similar nature this very morning?
Well, I'd be surprised. I never knew Auntie was so popular.
Now, Mr. Worth, it must be obvious to you that in view of this vast number of cards, it's quite impossible for us to play every request on the same day.
Yes, out of the question. After all, if you played them all on the same day, you had nothing left for the rest of the week. That makes sense.
Our list is so booked up
Yes.
that the earliest date on which we could possibly play your request would be sometime in July.
July? That's out of the question. The birthday cake wouldn't keep that long.
I'm sorry, Mr. Worth, but it's the best I can do.
Well, I can assure you, you haven't heard the last of this.
I'm sorry, Mr. Worth.
Well, I shall take my complaint to someone higher in the BBC. The higher the better, and if necessary, Eamon Andrews himself.
Commissioner, now look, Osborne. As director of programs, I find it essential in my work to keep perfectly cool and never to get rattled. But if somebody doesn't find that lunatic Harry Worth soon, I'll have somebody scalp for it. Come in. Now, listen, Osborne. Let's be methodical about this. Where was he last seen? Where? Jukebox Jury. He did what? That it is a hit. We'll start there and make a thorough search and hurry. Bet it's a hit indeed.
Well, I honestly thought he was worth it.
I beg your pardon.
I've never heard Mr. Presley singing better. Oh, by the way, would you apologize to Katie Boyle for me? I'm afraid I pressed her button by mistake.
One moment. I think I'm on the verge of an important discovery.
Really?
Your name is Harry Worth.
Yes, but I'm sorry to disappoint you. I've known that for ages. Except for one period in my life when I was known as Hildegard.
Hello. Would you say you were?
Hildegard.
What? Yes, I know. I want the commissioner. But why?
Well, it was a school play. Now, I was playing the part of this German Fräulein. Now, I must have done rather well because all the boys used to...
Yes. All right, Mr. Worth. We'll hear the story go live some other time. Hello. Commissioner? You can call the search off. Yes, I found what I wanted right here in my office. Thank you.
Did I hear you say that the search was off?
Yes, the mystery is solved.
Oh, well, thank goodness for that, although I didn't expect to find it here in your office. Now, the chap at the Housewife's Choice Programs Department, well, he didn't know where it was. I'm afraid I left him rather confused.
Don't worry, a spot of leave will soon put him right.
Yes. Why don't you send him down to Dan Archer's farm? They sound very charming people.
Mr. Worth.
Yes.
I've been badly wanting to meet you.
Well, I've been in the building an hour. Someone should have told you.
Now, I don't want to make too much of this matter.
No.
But obviously, there's got to be a serious talk.
Well, do you think that's really necessary? I thought it would have been sufficient just to read out the message. But if your announcer wants to add a greeting of his own, I don't mind.
Mr. Worth, do you think I could make a very simple request?
Well, you might, but I may as well warn you. You won't get it played before July.
Heaven give me patience.
Yes.
Now, will you try and grasp the situation?
Yes.
A short while ago, the commissioner rang me up to tell me that a lunatic was at large in Broadcasting House.
The best thing to do then is to lock the door. There we are. Now we can talk undisturbed.
Now, look here.
Now, about this song.
Mr. Worth.
Yes.
Could I have the key, please?
Well, I'm not sure. I think it's B flat. However, the point I wish to make is this. I thought it would be a good idea to have a record played for my own. But, my word, this is a formidable looking object,
Yes,
isn't it? However, to get back to my problem, you see, I can't remember the tune. Do you know, I think I saw this very night on one of your programs. Yes, I did really. This is the type used by headhunters in New Guinea.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have any trouble slicing a coconut with this, would you? You look worried. Is there something wrong? This real... I know what it is. You're afraid that I'll cut myself with this knife, aren't you?
Frankly, it wasn't you that I had in mind.
Well, oh, I beg your pardon. There.
I am greatly obliged
Not
to
at
you.
all. Now, to get back to what I was saying.
Allow me.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Mr. Worth, will you please listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Since I came into my office, there has been a brawl in one of the studios, a serious blunder by one of my announcers, and chaos amongst my staff. And I've only been in my office for 1 hour.
Well, don't you think you ought to get yourself a little more organized?
Oh, Mr. Worth, Now, look.
Yes.
Now, as I understand it, you want a record played tomorrow morning for your aunt.
Yes, correct.
Very well, then.
Yes.
Normally, I wouldn't hear of such a thing. But in view of the peculiar way in which you set about this matter, and the fact that I do not want broadcasting completely to come to a standstill, I'm prepared to grant your request.
I knew you would see it my way.
However, there is one condition.
Yes?
You will give me your word that you will never set foot in this building again.
Never?
Never.
Not even to inquire about Mrs. Dale? Well, she worries about Jim and I worry about her.
No, Mr. Worth.
Very well. It's a sacrifice, but if it will help Auntie, I agree. All right.
Good. Now then, may I have the title of the song?
Yes, well, I've had difficulty remembering it. Now, let me do a quick recap. Ha, 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 ha! Yes, I've got it.
Excellent,
Why
excellent.
didn't I think of it before? Ha, 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 ha! Not got it? You've not got the title? I'll give you a clue. They fly about.
Airplanes.
No, you're miles out. Try again.
But then bats.
Now, you're definitely getting warmer when you say bats.
And you don't surprise me.
Come on, it's easy. They fly about.
Very well then, birds.
Good show. Now, listen. Ha, 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 ha.
Did you say ha 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 ha?
Yes, but the secret is to get the ha-has in the right order like this. Ha, 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 ha. Then you repeat it.
Are you sure?
I'll prove it. Now, you say ha 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 twice, and I'll surprise you.
Oh, right, great.
No, go, do it. Go.
Very well.
Yes.
Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha.
It's the Woody Woodpecker song. Oh, there. You knew it all the time, didn't you?
Quite. Silly of me not to have recognized it before.
Yes. And you will play tomorrow morning?
I've agreed to that.
Well, I'm so glad we've been able to settle this thing so amicably. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Good day, Mr.
Yes, good day. Oh, by the way, I'll bet you'll meet some funny people in your job.
Come in, Briggs.
Well, sir, I've had to reorganize the entire running order. But we've been able to squeeze the Woody Woodpecker record in. It's the first one to be played.
Good show, Briggs. Let's see now. Just on time. We're coming on any minute now.
Right. Frankly, sir, and speaking with all due respect, I don't know why you gave in to him.
My dear chap, if I hadn't... I honestly think he'd have been here still.
I see your point, sir.
Good morning. Lovely morning.
Oh, no. Mr. Worth,
Yes?
you gave me your word.
Yes, I gave you my word, but you didn't notice. I had my fingers crossed. And I wanted to be sure you played the record.
9 o'clock, and time for Housewife's Choice, introduced by Alan Dixon.
Alan Dixon.
Good morning, Housewives. Well, we've got rather a lot to get through today, so here, right away, is the first request for Mrs. Amelia Prendergast of 29 Curzon Drive, Pond's End. Your nephew Henry sends you all his love and says, have a nice day and go easy on that elderberry wine. So here, with best wishes from your nephew, is the Woodpecker's Song.
We are interrupting Housewife's Choice for a gale warning. Attention all shipping, especially in Celia's
this is
Rockall
not fair.
Finisterre.
I go right to the time. You said me.